my question, first one for you. Who are you?
Who are you and what do you do here?
Yeah, but what's interesting is like, as I'm listening to the episodes, I'm picking up these different tidbits of like how you grew up. And I mean, obviously I know who you are and where you're living and what you're doing for Mometu and kind of the origin story.
Yeah.
But for somebody who is just joining for the first time, you want to give them a little summation?
Sure. I'm trying to make it as short as I can. Bryan Luzil, very unique Czech last name that we're actually the only Luzil family in America. So that's kind of a fun tidbit. Grew up in Santa Clarita, so North LA. I grew up in the film industry. So, I mean, I've talked about that on a few different episodes, but my parents were in the film industry. They both produced Kevin Costner's first film, which was pretty unique, pretty fun. I was not alive at that point. And they were not, I don't know if they were married at that point. Can't remember.
What film?
Malibu Hot Summer.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to say it was like 79, 80, 81. I don't know.
I want to say it was early 80s.
Yeah. So
I'll Google that.
So Kevin Costner's first film. And the funny thing is actually my parents actually discovered Kevin Costner. He wasn't a known name. He was just, I think he was working in the building or whatever. And they kind of gave him or helped him get the opportunity or something like that. I mean, again, these stories are stories that I've heard since I was a kid, but I don't know all the inner workings of them. And it's weird about that. I think more people would be like, I want to know all the details, but as a kid, you grew up through it and just whatever. So, they helped produce that. Malibu Hot Summer. I remember having the poster in my house, growing up. So it was just random and wild that ends up being one of the most successful actors of all time.
1981, by the way.
81. Okay. See, look at you already still Googling stuff, hosting and Googling, multitasking. So they grew up in the film industry. My dad was a director for most of the time. My mom eventually moved on to being a full-time mother and then eventually worked, other jobs to make ends meet. I think at certain times having up to 3 jobs at a time to just bring money to the table because unfortunately being an independent filmmaker doesn't always provide. And my dad didn't want to give up on his passion. So, grew up, at least on a personal side, or it's all personal, but grew up playing soccer. My brother was 4 years older than I am, so I have an older brother, his only brother I have, and only sibling. And he played soccer, so I obviously in tune played soccer as well. And because he was 4 years older, I got pretty good at it because I played with all his, you play with the older teams, you get better, you get stronger, faster, whatever, you think differently. And that played an advantage for me. So I got quite good at soccer, played throughout my my whole adolescence, and to the point where I was eventually going to go and play, play collegiately. And that was my out, actually. I didn't want to be in this industry. I wanted to play soccer professionally or do something different because it's weird from the outside looking in this industry and being in the entertainment world. It looks amazing, right? People see what's on the silver screen. They see all these great things, what's streaming on their televisions. But what they don't see is the hard work and the sacrifice and the time away from your family. And we talked a little bit about that in JD's episode, the last episode, that we talked about time away from family and even why he almost didn't want to be in this industry either. So it's something where it takes you away from your family and you have to really balance that out. So, again, I didn't want to be doing what I'm doing for Mometu now. And so I tried to take my own path, and of course it sucks you back in. But I went away to college, played collegiate soccer. There's a whole longer story with that as well, but ended up playing collegiate soccer and became an All-American. Got to travel the world a little bit, went to Africa, which was a big thing we talked about in April's episode, a little bit about my tattoo and why I have my tattoo and what it says. And so pay attention in that episode. You get a little tidbit there, which really actually shaped who I am today. And so I guess fast forward that, went to San Diego, lived there for about 4 to 5 years. It was almost 5, and ended up having an injury. My soccer career ended. I ended up going back home with negative money in my account and said, what am I going to do? And so I ended up for the next 15 years working in corporate America. So worked for a car rental company and then eventually into a construction rental company. And during that time, met my beautiful wife that we've been married for almost 11 years now. We reside in Orange County, and chose there because she's from there, and that's how it works. And I'm very, very grateful to this day that we are living there now, because living in Santa Clarita versus living in Orange County, two totally different vibes, and the weather is, I will say, a lot better. Whenever I go to visit my brother, it's so hot, or just really cold too. It's like extremes of both. Like growing up in the desert, so been married for 11 years. Again, reside in Orange County, and we have a beautiful little 3-year-old boy, Caden. Just a whole lot of fun. A lot of fun being a dad. Changes who you are. But in the middle of that, I had this opportunity to run Mometu. Came upon me. I actually said no initially. Didn't think it was going to work the way that it initially had been kind of talked about, and I kind of revamped it and put a few things behind it, and now today I'm the VP of Business Development for Mometu.
Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Mometu Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Mometu app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.